Hi traders, hope you're all good, hope you're all amazing. It's your girl Mercy back here, and today let's look at UVGPY once again, and looking good. Okay, still looking good. Looking at the charts, we're still on an uptrend, and like I told you, I'll be buying UVGPY until I see some kind of confirmation to sell. Okay, but as of now I am really bullish. So let's see what it does for us this week. Let us see what we are good to go. Are we good to go, or should we just chill? So looking at the H4, the overall trend is of course, as you can see, bullish. Price is breaking higher highs and forming higher highs and higher lows, creating several breaks of structures here and there. And last time we ended when we are having a buy from this point up to this point, and it really hit the TP. I've just cleared everything as of now to just have a fresh chart. So the most recent break of structure is right here, which I have marked out, and then we are having price sweeping the buy side liquidity and then coming back down here. So we want to see what can we possibly get from this market this particular week. Okay, so I will start off by marking out maybe the key areas, any order blocks, any fair value gaps or whatever. But as of now, I don't see any fair value gap on our H4. So what do we do? What do we do? But let us first read structure more. Let us first go on the H1. I think let's start with the H2 and see. So looking on our H2, let's first leave alone the old price. Let us focus on what price is doing, the most recent kind of price. So the previous video I told you price was supposed to, we're waiting for price to break this key area. It was around here, if I'm not mistaken. Price actually broke out from this key area. Okay, because this is where our take profit was. Yes, so if you all can remember, we had our long position placed at this particular area. Let me just put it back just for clarification and stuff like that. We took our buys from this point, and our take profit was just at that point. Okay, so we wanted for, yes, it was just there, and I was taken out of course. And yes, this was the setup we had in the previous video. So following that, price actually did come back immediately after hitting our TP. Price, we had a retracement going on. We had this retracement, and then price bounced back, and then we had this break. So on the H2, you can see that price actually broke out with the body, and much as we cannot really use the H2, maybe daily or weekly is what we can use it usually based on, or the H4. But according to H2, it broke with the body, and then we had this. Immediately after breaking out, price came back. Of course, when it broke out, we had a break of structure, okay? And a break of structure tells you that this trend is bullish, and it is now with that is bullish, it shows you that the trend is most likely to continue. So following the breakout, price actually did move a few pips up and then just came back down here. So what do we expect? Okay, what do we really expect? Because my view was to wait for price to break out, come back to retrace, and then we could look for more buys. And if you're to look on the opposite side, you can actually realize that there is an order block that hasn't been mitigated. Okay, so that's the order block that price has actually come back to. And before that, I was still, of course, I was expecting that to happen. But I want to talk about something really exciting today, and that is inducement. Because we can actually see that there's an inducement on this chart. So what do I mean by an inducement? Inducement is basically a false lure. It's like when price lures traders to enter the market before actually price does its thing. So under most circumstances, you know that the mitigated order block is down here, right? So as you can see, as price came back, sort of retraced off from that point, price actually came back here. So most traders would want to actually enter from this point, which is not right. So how do you know that this is an inducement? You need to wait for price to come up to your point of interest, and in this case this is the area that I've marked. So instead of taking your buys from here, it's better you wait for price to just do its thing and then come back to your point of interest, okay? And then that would be the best point to take on your trades, because first and foremost, if you're to look at it for anyone else, you'd consider this a change of character, okay? Because this looks like a change of character, but indeed it's not. So we really can't take our entries from the H2. I normally love to go on to the 15 minutes time frame to take my entries. So heading on to the 15 minutes, you can see the same sort of drama going on over here. Price is just not, we are not having any candle closing below this order block, and that would mean I'm still going to be considering more buys, okay? That's just a simple interpretation of that. So since price has already reached there and it's just playing around there, we are going to be putting in our long position, and that is it. I'll be targeting the next significant area as my take profit, and in this case, since price has already broken out from this area, it's no longer valid, so price could just go up there, okay? That is my potential take profit. So that is almost a 5 to 1, almost 5 or 6, I don't know, something like that. So that's a good number of pips. So that is, let's see, okay, that's around 300 pips that we are going to be targeting. Okay, let me see. Yeah, that's around 308 pips, and that's really good. So let's just wait for price to play out. And as you know, one thing I should tell you before I end this video is that we do our analysis as traders, and I always stress this out. There's no 100% strategy that is every strategy is bound to give you some losses at times, but once you back test it over and over again, it really starts making sense and it really pays out. Though sometimes due to other circumstances, maybe news or what, it could still go in the opposite direction, but trust me, it will always come back. So let's see how price plays out this week. Let's see how price does play out. And anything can happen still here. It could still go back down, or it could still continue consolidating and later go back up. One thing you should do is to just manage your risk. Only trade with the money that you can afford to lose, and of course use the proper risk management according to the money that you're having, and you shall be good. So what I'm basing on is this order block followed by the fair value gap that is just above it, and then having looked at this inducement, the buy side liquidity, price tapping into a point of interest. That is just as simple as that. That is the simple setup that I'm having on GBP Warriors of this week. So let's see. It will be a new month tomorrow and all through. And of course, the first week of the month, as you know, Friday this week we shall be having NFP. So trade carefully and always look out for the news. I may not show it here, but at least I've done videos on where you can actually look for news. So thank you all for watching, and see you in the next video. I love you all. Bye bye.